leprosy is a terrible thing. And I won't get into details of it, but it's a bunch of like sores, and it deteriorates your skin and makes you not look like yourself. It's very painful. But that apparently isn't the worst part of it. The worst part of it was that you'd be banned from society. You're not allowed to come into town. You're not allowed to worship at the synagogue. You're not allowed to hang out with your family. It's like you are shunned. And part of that is because they didn't want to get leprosy. Don't spread that to us. But if you touch someone with leprosy, right? So let's say you don't have leprosy, but you touch someone that has leprosy, you're considered unclean. You touch someone with leprosy, you're unclean, so you got to go through all this stuff before you're clean again. Like, you got to stay away. That is a leper and the situation that's going on here. So Jesus, who's a righteous man, who's the Messiah, who's clean, does something. He does a big no-no. He touches a leper. He touches a leper. Like, this is like unheard of, absurd. But this is what's so amazing about it. Jesus doesn't become unclean. Rather, the leper becomes clean and completely healed. This is significant. And if you read any of the Old Testament and the law, this is significant. Nobody could touch a leper without becoming dirty. But Jesus touches the leper, and the leper becomes clean, and he remains clean. And there's something very spiritually significant about this for us today, which is this. Sometimes you might think, I'm too dirty to come to God. I have too much filth. God doesn't want to see me. I'm too dirty. Or they might think or have the idea that, I got to clean my life up before I can come to God. So once I get some stuff figured out, then I'll start praying. Then I'll start talking to God. Once I get my life figured out, then I'll start coming to church and hanging out with people. Once I get this stuff figured out, and once I get everything cleaned up, then I'll come to God. No, listen. I've heard people say comments of like, I can't come to church because the ceiling will fall on my head if I go in there. This idea that if I'm around God, God is just going to spit on me and hate me and reject me, so I'm not going to come to Him because I've done too much. I'm too dirty. They've given up on themselves completely. I've done too much. But the reality is this. When someone comes into contact with Jesus, they can't make Him dirty. It's impossible. They can't make Jesus dirty. All that can happen is that He can make you clean. He can make you well. And so for anybody that is watching or here today, like no matter where you're at, always remember with your shortcomings and your failures, you go to Jesus because He makes you clean. And you never make Him dirty. That is significantly important for us to understand, that Jesus makes us clean. You cannot make Him dirty. It is impossible. So no matter what horrific thing that you've done or thought or whatever, you can come to Jesus because He makes people clean. It's what He does.